You're live. Yay. Yeah, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I don't know what to say. It's Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. um, yeah, I've kind of neglected my YouTube channel for I think it's been about like a month, a couple weeks, at least 3 weeks. And I don't know, I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm so tired of glasses. Like, Lord, I want LASIK so bad. I'm tired of these. Like, and can you believe someone asked? People are stupid. Like, I I've never met anyone who wears glasses just for fashion. Like, I don't know. I've been wearing glasses since I was years old. Okay, and full times for as long as I can remember. At least high school, middle school, even. Yeah, since middle school. So this one girl said to me, "Are you blind?" And this was a grown woman. This was a couple weeks ago when I was in, or a couple months ago when I was in London. And I'm like, "No." Oh, it's just because you wear glasses. I'm like, I have bad vision. Where does glasses equal blind? I'm like, do you know what blind is? Like, I don't know why I went on that little tangent, but I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I'll just, huh, maybe I can just talk about my day or something like that. So today I got out of bed at like noon. Noon. I made some breakfast, which was like, have you heard of shakshuka? But I made it like a kind of Mexican esque shakshuka because I ate it with the taco. Because yesterday was Taco Tuesday, so I like had leftovers. So it's like, ooh, and then like you dip a tortilla like a nacho on. Oh, it's good, it's good. And then so I'm working for this lawyer, um, just doing freelance work. And I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pivoting my career. I do not want to be in anybody's law, anything. I used to think that I could stomach the work just for money, but that's an illusion that like a lawyer's just make. Oh, how was Vegas? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, it's a so yeah. Oh, okay, okay. How was Vegas? Vegas was good and bad. Not bad, but good and just like, girl, I can't be spending money like that. I need to be making money. Okay. I'm tired of being, I don't have money. I just like I'm a professional kind of squatter, you know. That's why I don't have to pay rent or anything. So that gives me a little bit of wiggle room with my credit cards. But anyway, so let's talk about Vegas. Did I go to the strip once? No. We went to this place called Fremont Street twice, which I like, but I don't like. Like, I'm trying to be where the money resides, and that's not where the money resides. Fremont Street is not where the money resides at all. So it was my cousin's birthday. That's why I went. 30th birthday. I'm gonna do I have to talk about this girl? Because I think I will. So she invited her friend. It was four of us, right? And I got these like really gaudy nails. One of them broke off. I gotta glue it back. But like, look at these flipping nails. Can you believe, like, when I was there, I got them done on Friday. We went out that same night, and I was like on my period, right? And I was talking to my cousin. We're on the couch. This is like 2 days before we got our nails done. And I was like, oh man, I'm on my period. She's like, oh, are you gonna need some tampons or pads? I was like, oh no, I don't use that. I use a menstrual cup, like menstrual cup. And I'm literally like advocating, not only advocating, but I'm what's the word? Promoting the menstrual cup to my cousin. I'm telling her, she's like, oh, I thought that you would have to. I said, no, it's the best thing ever. Use menstrual cups, blah, blah, blah. 2 days later, after I get these gaudy nails, I couldn't get the thing out. I couldn't get it out. I was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes trying to get it out. And I was over here like panicking in my head. I said, oh my God, I can't ask my cousin to take this out from me. I'm like, but I literally could not. I'm in there like, you can't feel, and I wasn't used to them at that point. I've never had my nails this long and this pointy. I was stabbing myself. And so I go into my cousin's room. She has her own room and bathroom, right? And I go into her room, and luckily she was in the shower because I was about to be like, I don't know what to do. Because in my head, I'm playing out like, would we have to go to the emergency room? Because like for me, I don't know if I want to like dig in your kuchabuchi and get your period and get menstrual cup out of you. I don't think I would want to do that. I don't know if there's someone I would do it for. Maybe my mom. Like maybe I would do it for my mom. But I don't know. So I called my friend Sarah, and I'm like, Sarah, what do I do? And I was Googling it too, and I was trying to look up stuff on YouTube, and they were talking about like how to get it in with long nails. I was like, no, we're trying to say how to get it out. So I call Sarah, and I'm like, Sarah's in San Francisco. She can't like come and help me, but like she could at least like help me not panic. And I'm like, Sarah, I can't get it out. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Blah blah blah. And she was just like, okay, well, I'm googling some stuff for you, like, you know what I mean? So have you tried to I'm like, I've tried everything. I feel like I'm like pushing it further up. And then I said to myself, I said, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna like leave it in, put on a this is too much information. Whatever. There's only one person in here, so I'm just talking to like we might as well be on the phone. Um, I'm just gonna like leave it there and put on a pad and then just like deal with this tomorrow. Because I want to have fun and I don't want to think about this thing. I think it'll be okay for one day. And then as I'm on the phone with her, I try it again. And so she says to me something like, you gotta act, you know how people she's like, you know how people give birth? And I was like, yeah. And she said, you gotta pretend like you're giving birth. So I don't know what she said, but in that very moment, bloop, I got it out. So all good in that realm. I know that was TMI. I just had to talk about how these nails have been a burden to me since I got them, and I get so many compliments on them. But I'm like, do you know how many scars I have on my body because of this? Anyway, they're like knives. I'm telling you, they're super sharp. So yeah, that's the nail. That's the nail story. So then that same evening, her friend came over, and I don't know how to describe her friend other than and like if she watches this, I'm sorry, but it's kind of true. It's kind of true, sis. It's kind of true. She's a little a little hood radish. Like she's very much giving. Uh, I mean, I don't know how else to describe her. So she comes over, um, and she's a sweet girl, sweet girl. So she comes over, whatever. I think her other friend comes over because it was four of us. We go to this hookah bar for food, food and hookah. It's like Ethiopian owned, and they have like lamb chops and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm here for some lamb chops. Let's get that. Anyway, it's like we're sitting at the bar. My face. I'm telling you, I'm just like, we're sitting at the bar, and it's like an L shape. And one of her friends is here, cousin next to her, hood rat girl, me, right? On the outside. And so I'm on the outside waiting for my food, and she's sitting next to me, and she's like live streaming, but it's like live streaming I've never seen before. It's like where you chat with multiple people, and then this girl is being so vulgar. Like, look, I'm not vulgar. I can handle stuff, but I'm like, I've never been loud talking about like nigga would you ever eat some pussy that had like yes, using the P words, the D words, the N words, the F words in the bar, like loud, right there. Not and I'm sitting next to her and I'm just feeling so awkward, right? Thank you. I very much was annoyed. I very much was. And I was in my head like she should switch with me. But the only reason I didn't say anything is because I was like, I don't want to cause any trouble. And this girl is way too confrontational for me. And I was like, obnoxious. Obnoxious. Wait, why does it say show hide? Why does it show? I hate it was so obnoxious. And so I was like sitting there and it's always like those are her friends, but I don't think the two girls knew each other. They had just met too. And also, my cousin didn't even know this girl that well, just knew her from a long time ago. I think she said she hadn't seen her in years, 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 years. Just so she just so happened to be in Vegas too. So come on, come along, kind of thing. So what happened? After that, I just kind of like let it go. I was just like, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but me and my cousin talked about it like later, and I said to her, I think we talked about it yesterday. Because she's like wanted to recap the whole weekend that we had. And I was like, well, for me, I thought it was very disrespectful. Like, I thought it was, if it was my birthday and it was only four of us and it was my party or whatever, and you over here on live talking all this crap, I would have been pissed. And I would have told her, I said, you either go home or you hang like I don't want to hear that. We're here celebrating me. She's like, oh, I wasn't even tripping because we were like, I said, yeah. So I'm on the outside like next to her, not even able to really interact. And so I just kind of said, well, I know we're not going to be here all night. We were only there for like an hour or so. So then we went to the next place and I'm like already kind of annoyed. You can see it on the face. No, actually, we're in the car and Hood Rat Girl, trying to go have us do Hood Rat things. She was like, I wanted to stop at can we stop at this house? Of course she went, listen, I was born at night. No, it wasn't. I was born on a day, but I wasn't born yesterday. Like I just hate that. Like some people always think that, like out here at least, people think that I'm just some kind of like sheltered, like vintage wearing that I don't know anything. No, she went to. We stopped somewhere. We're all waiting in the car. She's like, "Oh, I'll just go up there. Do you want to come up with her with us?" We were all like, "No, we don't." and my cousin was like, I don't know where we are, but we must be in. This is looking a little ghetto. This is looking a little ghetto. And the girl, the girl goes up wherever, and it's like what do you call those? You know what I'm saying? Like townhouses or whatever, condos. So she goes wherever. She said she'll be right back. And I was saying in my head, I'm like, look, if she takes more than 5 minutes, whatever she's doing, or 10 minutes, I'm gonna tell my cousin, you better no, we're gonna have to like make an exit because like I can't be doing that. I can't. I just don't do this type of stuff. I can't. So I don't know what she went up there for. Could have been for some of this, some of this, some of this. I don't know. But it was for one of those. Or it could have been for some of this. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't asked her nothing. So she goes, luckily she took, girl, she really was fast. I gotta say. So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. Okay. Mm. So she was like 5 minutes to come back. We drive to Fremont Street. Now, Fremont Street is what, let's see what Google talks says about Fremont Street. It's like supposedly old Las Vegas. It just looks very dive bar. It looks very like not where the money resides. It's like where the money don't reside. Vegas, where the po reside. Fremont Street, Las Vegas. Let's see what they say. Isn't it? I don't know. Just Google it and you'll see. You'll see. Is a street in the downtown Las Vegas area, second most famous street, blah blah blah, besides the Las Vegas Strip. So, and everywhere in Vegas has casinos. You know how it is. So we were going, walking, drinking. You never had any interest in Vegas. Me either. Me either. And I don't blame you. I went to Vegas for the first time last year because my cousin lives there and I could stay with her. So I would never go there on my own accord. But when I went there and we were on the Vegas Strip, it's a vibe. It's actually a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. I would totally recommend. I don't recommend Fremont Street. I mean, if you want to like just walk up and down the street and have it while you drink, like that's fine. I hate the vibe of Fremont. Freakmont. Freakmont. That's what it is. Okay, I'm stealing that. So Freakmont Street. So the four of us walking up and down Fremont Street, we end up going into, and then the hood rat girl, she like talks to everybody. I mean, I talk to everybody too, but she does a little. Now, look, I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just saying what I speculate because there's a such thing as reading between the lines. But she is very much a solicitor. If you catch my drift, tell me what was caught. Because solitarization is what is going on. So we get to whatever casino where they have a little club on top, and that's when we started having fun. Like we walk into the little club, and it's still early. It's like 9 o'clock, and they're playing like what was the song they played? They didn't know, wasn't yeah. What's the song from the early 2000s? Like Lil Jon. What's that song? Was it Shake That Monkey? Maybe oh no, actually the Leslie Ying Yang Twins or something. They played something like that. They was playing something like that. So we started like dancing and having fun. And then and what's her name? The hood rat girl. I need to give her a new name. Can y'all give me we'll call her Denise. Denise, okay? Denise was talking to the bouncer of this place, trying to get us in for free or whatever. And she was just like, yeah, everywhere I go, I get stuff for free. And I'm like, my girl, okay, you're a woman. Like, you're a pretty girl. Like, that's 1 + 1 = 2. How impressive. Like, I mean, just be like, you know what? Like, I don't ever have to pay. I'll just be like, what? I'm like, water is wet? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Whatever. I mean, I'm like, I don't know, because for me, I'm not gonna just maybe I don't really use that currency too often. I don't feel like I wanna be flirting with somebody and hugging up on somebody that I'm not interested in just to not pay $10. I'd rather you not touch me. Like, you know? So I don't even think we had to pay to go in that place, you know? So anyway, so we're having a good time. She's hell bent on going to the next place to meet this guy who's getting us in for free or something, and it's called Embassy. And now listen, don't take this the wrong way. I don't really go out in America. You know, you guys know that, right? Not really. Last time I used to go out was when I lived in Shanghai, and Shanghai is in China. But I was like, damn, there's a lot of black folks. I'm like, man, I ain't never been to a club where it's just hella black people. You know, I'm serious. And so whatever place we went, um, next embassy, what happened? Nothing of any kind of I met so many people there. It was fun, but I was like, dang, where are the men? Like, I'm like, I see so many pretty girls. Oh, before wait, I got an email. Why is she still never mind. It's sis. Okay. So um okay, wait. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, okay. Before we go to the second spot, we're walking up Freakmont Street, right? And she's like talking to a bunch of different guys, right? And I find that fine. But like I didn't see anyone I was interested in. So I'm just walking. And Denise, I think that's what I named her. Denise. She starts talking like the group of us. Every 2 seconds, my cousin or the other girl says to me, "Where's Denise?" I'm like, I don't know where Denise is. Denise is out there Denising. I don't know. She so then we were walking down, she starts talking to some guys. And so it prompts the four of us to talk. But I was just so not interested in these guys. You guys know what kind of style I like. I like very clean cut. I like a guy who wears like, a suit. Like if I see that you like sag your pants or you got like tattoos on your face and stuff like that, I'm kind of like not that interested. But there's someone for everybody. Okay, there's someone for everybody. I'm just talking about me. So those guys, I just was not interested in any of those guys. So then I'm just standing there, they're talking. Anyway, once we leave, she keeps going on and on and on about, oh my God, you see Rico, like Rico, he loved me. He don't play when it come to me. And I was like, the guy back there who we just met, I didn't know she knew him prior. So apparently she knew him prior because I was thinking if she kept repeating herself, like, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think she was really that drunk. None of us were really that drunk at that point. So what happened? So then after that, we're in the car and she was like, again, yeah, Rico just and I said I didn't understand. I said, didn't you just meet him? What do you mean he's crazy about you? He ain't thinking about you, girl. You just met him. She's like, no, 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 no. So she was, yeah. So anyway, that was a running theme. Rico, 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 Rico. And my cousin told me like, oh, Rico's a PIMP. I'm like, oh God, I'm like, why'd you not want to wait so much? America, you was so ghetto. No. Okay. We had fun because me and my cousin, we are so funny. I'm sorry. We crack. I'm just kidding. So the three of us were having a ball, but because we kept saying, that'll do it. You don't gotta worry about me. You don't have to worry about. We kept saying that the whole weekend, and it was before her other friend got there. It was just me, my cousin, and Denise, and we were laughing for like hours. But Denise was just in her own like either on the phone or I'm just like, is she super bored? Are we super annoying? And I'm like, me and my cousin, we're like sisters. You know what I'm saying? So we were just like I was like, "Are we annoying?" Probably, but with the other friend, she was just joined in on the annoyance, but Denise was kind of giving the vibe of like, "Ugh, these girls are just like." Anyway, when we went to the club, Embassy, it was fun. I just feel like there are no guys. I'm like, where are the guys? Like the attractive men. One guy walked in there with a white like pea coat, and it looked off. It really did. I mean, like he looked like he was very well dressed, but wearing a white pea coat in a club in Las Vegas, it just kind of seemed like okay, I guess. So after the and okay, and like I meet so many people when I'm out. Oh, I forgot to talk about the new thing me and my cousin say. We say bitches in the bathroom because there was one time we were on Fremont Street before we left to go to the next place where this we were in the bathroom and this white lady, because you know how it's always like a line in the bathroom and women are doing all kinds of stuff, one's putting on their makeup, one's fixing their hair, one's waiting for the toilet, one da, da, da. So this woman comes in and she goes, bitches in the bathroom. Hi. Like, you want me to, hey, bitches in the bathroom. She's like, oh, we meet the best people in the bathroom. It was so funny. Like, and now we do that. And I tried to do that at the club and on the club we went to, and Bree was like, don't do it. I don't think they'll understand. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me not. Because I'm like, I'm not calling y'all the B word. I'm just saying it's in the bathroom. Um, so did anything interesting happen at the club? The first club, I mean. I'm trying to see. Met a lot of people. No one that I'm keeping in contact with, but like, um, yeah, a lot of people, and it was cool. Then we went to something called like After Hours, Drea's, and no, there that was like a crazy night. Okay, because um, I drank a lot, but this one guy, tallest guy there, I think he was like the only guy that I thought was like decent looking. He was like black. He had two cornrows, but it was like I don't know how to describe the style, the hairstyle. So it's like this part around here is short, and this part has hair, but it's just like two braids, right? Two cornrows. And it looked kind of neat enough. And he had a gap, right? I don't know, he had a gap. But he was tall. And he tapped me. He was like, "Oh, can I dance with you?" And I said, "Yeah, but you gotta buy me a drink first." And then he like is with his friend, points to his friend and or taps on his friend and says something. I'm thinking now on the lines of like, hey, right? So there was like two bars. We're by bar number, I'm gonna call this one bar number two. But when we first got there, we were at bar number one because it was less people. So we're at bar number two now with more people. And so I was like, okay, let me take him to bar number one to get the drink. I order a drink, which was just like two shots of, or a double shot of, what is it? Crown Royale. And anyway, I order it. The bartender brings it, drops, because I already had a drink in my hand. I put that in there, the double shot, pour it in my drink. And the guy next to me, and he's like talking to me, he's trying to like learn my name and whatever. I don't remember his name. He pulls out his wallet. I'm sorry. It was like a leather wallet, black leather wallet. I swear there was like cobwebs on that wallet. There was like dust on it. Like there was nothing in that wallet. Like that. So I'm like, I've met some broke men before, but I'm like, this is probably the brokest person I've ever met in a club, right? So he pulls out the wallet. You can tell he's like, and I'm telling you, it looked like a fossil. Like that's how long this wallet has not been in use. And so he has like a one singular, I'm talking about, how like if you look at my wallet, for instance, okay? Okay. And his was like pocket sized, right? His was pocket sized, so like half of this. If you look at my wallet, you see there's like library card, there's things, like I don't just have money in here. I've got my vaccine card in here, like there's things in here. He had that one card, and the card. Now I worked at a bank, and I worked at Bank of America. I don't know what kind of Bank of America card that was, but it was like disheveled. It looked like it was white. And so when I was talking to Bree about it, Bree being my cousin, she was like, maybe it was like a prepaid credit card thing or something. I said, I don't know. I thought it was like some kind of EBT card or whatever. So he pulls the card out and reluctantly gives it to the bartender. And the bartender is like, I guess he goes back to like, and he says, brings back the card, says, "Oh, we can't take this card. It doesn't have a chip on it." And I'm like, he's like, "Oh, and I said, I'm like already, I'm cracking up in my head. I'm like, this is so funny, and I'm taking the, I just like pull out my card. I'm like, it's fine. He was like, no, 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 I got this, I got this. I said, yeah, don't. This isn't your fault. This is his. Like I said to the bartender, like, this isn't your fault. He should have a chip on his card. Like, what is this? 1999? Like, get a chip on your card. All the cards come with the chip. There's no like, what is this? So then what happened? What happened after? So I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna pay for my own drink. Like this is too much. And he's like, no, man. Like I'm the man. Like I should be able. I should be able to get you a drink. Like, and I'm take you on a date, and I'm gonna be a man. I'm a man. I'm like, all right, dude. Okay, fine. You pay for it. So he pulls out of his pocket another card, and I didn't get a good look at this card, but it was blue, blue-ish. But I don't think it was a credit card. I don't know what it was. Man, he could have pulled out a a Best Buy gift card for all I know. That's probably what he did. He probably was saying to the bartender, like, there's some money on that Best Buy gift card. Like hook me up. I'm trying, right? And so gives the not the waiter, the bartender, the the whatever card, but gives him the card. Okay, the bartender goes back and and I don't know what he does, swipes it, whatever, comes back and was like, nah, bruh. He was about to be pissed. He was looking like, no. And I just say here, no, also because he ordered a drink himself too, but he had not made the drink yet. So I don't remember what he ordered. So he had ordered my drink, the bartender went to make it. I poured it into my thing, and that's when the walletness commenced. So then I say, just for the for the Crown Royal, please. But then I was thinking, I was like, man, I should have bought him a drink because this guy seemed like broke. I'm like, damn, do we need to like get you on some PPP scams or something like that? Cause man, like you ain't got four like well, the drinks were pretty expensive. Like my two shots, $42. And I'm just living it up in Vegas. And I'm like, I'll deal with the consequences later. But like, so who knows how much I spent that night? Maybe like $200-300. But like, it's like we gotta help this guy. Do we need to find him some housing and some like a shelter? I don't think he must have been homeless. But also, wait a second. We had to pay to get into the club. You know what I don't like about Vegas? Everything is so not scammery, but like corrupt. So corrupt. Like all these all these tips and tipping and stuff like that. Like, oh, you if you give me $10, like the people at the bouncers expect all that stuff and they're like, oh, you can't go in with that, but I'll let it slide if you give me a tip. And I was like, I'm in Vegas. When in Rome, I don't care. But like that stuff was annoying. So back to this guy. I'm just like, in my head, like I'm telling you, I kept my composure, but on the inside, I was cracking up. I was like, bruh, this guy had no money. But we paid to get into the club. Like, I think I paid $40 to get into the club. So women were like $40, and I think the guys were like 100. I'm like, I don't know if his friend is that generous and got him in the club, or he got in somehow. Because after, um, so then I get my card back from the bartender, and it went through. They go, well, I know how much money I have. Like, okay, it's like I got at least $42. Like, at least I got $42. You know what I'm saying? This guy didn't even have that to show face. Like to show face. Like you could tell he was trying to show some face. Like, okay, I'm gonna get my PP, not PPP, my EDD, Bank of America EDD card. Hopefully there was like, you ain't got no chip. You got no chip. Okay, I'm gonna get my that gift card that my grandma gave me for my 21st birthday back in 2014. Or I don't know, was I 21 in 2014? No, I was 20. Okay, back in 2010. It's probably expired, but this has got to be some money on it. There's got to be something on it. Man, he needed to have $42 to like show face. I would have definitely would have been like super ganga. Ganga means like awkward or like distraught, and would have been like, okay, even if I got $46 in my account, I'm gonna have to show some face because this is humiliating. Like, because I was in my, I was like, how far were you kind of, how is this gonna work? But he did tap on his friend to be like, and but I didn't know at the time I didn't realize that he was tapping on his friend because you know, I thought he was tapping on his friend to say, "I'm going to the bar." Like, "I'll be right back." But, he was tapping like like, "Buy 12, buy 12, buy 12." It's like, "Please." $42. But that's an expensive drink. That's a lot. Yeah, that's true. So I'm like, I don't know. I would have been humiliated. So afterwards, I feel bad now. I should have probably just been like, it's okay. I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink. You try it, but I won't dance. Because I felt like I should have taken a charitable action. I was over here like about to just pull out my phone and look for some charities for this dude. Like it was some organizations, some nonprofits. Because I'm like, if you ain't got no money, there's no way you paying rent or anything like that. I'm like, oh, but I felt so bad. So not bad enough. So then, I just when I got my card back from the bartender, I just said, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. Good luck to you. And for the rest of the night, this dude bummed in every sense you can imagine. So back to my group of friends back at bar number 2, they're talking to these guys from Mexico who have a bottle of like Don Julio, and they're like kind of like white guys, and they're like buying everybody shots. Oh hey, you hey girl. And my cousin's like, oh, that's my cousin, it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. Let me buy you a shot, your cousin. Okay. Here, you get a shot, you get a shot, 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 shot. And like I didn't even because I was like, I'm not drinking tequila with Crown Royal. I used to be that I used to do it. I used to but I was like, gave it to did I give her a name? Denise. I would probably gave it to Denise because I was like, oh, you can have um and they had like, bottles and hookah, right? So everyone was like smoking the hookah. I didn't touch that hookah. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't want to get like COVID-19 or anything like that. Or even any other even though they have the little things. Homeboy, did we give him a name? From the bar, the guy with the 2 braids, the tall one, he was over here scavenging. I kid you not, scavenging like a vulture. Okay, just looking around for who put a drink down, who got the hookah. He was over here like looking at tables, being like, ooh, 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 drinking people's drinks and stuff like that. I noticed that. I just like every couple of minutes. This is like towards the middle of the night. This is like we've been there for a while, and yeah, he was out here like scavenging. He took the hookah with no tip on it, and just started while no one was smoking it. Just started smoking hookah. I'm like, damn. Anything else happened that night? That was kind of funny. That was funny to me. I was like, okay. So then what happened? Oh, then we were there. We were there for till like 4. No, it was daylight when we got out. Till they closed at like 6 o'clock or something like that. And I was like, dang, I have not been out this late or this early at a club since like China. Because it's very normal in China. The clubs close when the sun comes up. Like you and in San Francisco, it's not normal. It's like, oh, it's 1:30 a.m. Last call. You're like, what? That's weird. And people have to find like after hours and after parties and after this and after that. I was like, oh, in China, you can be at the club until the cows come home. Um, so I feel like, oh, see, this is my thing. This is why I need to have money because when I'm drinking, I am I am Senor Generoso, because they had like a bathroom attendant in the ladies' bathroom, and she was a black girl. Um, she was like, I can't remember anything else about her because I think I just was super like out of it, you know? And I'm talking to her. I left her like a $50 tip. I put 50 bucks. She had a little Cash App QR code. And I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I just was like, dang, imagine if I like was out here balling. I probably would have left her like $500. Cause I mean, like that's what I would have like if it was $500 to me, maybe $500 to her would make or break something, and like wouldn't that be something? I was tipping her like I'm a freaking rapper, like I'm 2 Chains or something. But it was just 50 bucks. But still, I was like, girl, you got 50 bucks. I mean, you do got 50 bucks, but you ain't got 50 bucks. Uh, so then we're making our way outside. It is dawn. The sun, nope, it's not even dawn. The sun is out. It is daylight. It is daytime. It is early, maybe like, and the sun is shining. It is Vegas. It's a desert. So, I hate seeing my reflection in my glasses while I'm on the live. So then, what happened? Okay, we're outside mingling, talking to random people, and Denise and friend, I didn't give her a name. I don't feel like thinking of a name for her. We'll just call her friend. Um, something happens. Some art altercation with the girl. Oh, another thing we kept saying, Black History Month. We kept saying that'll do it. You gotta worry about me. We kept saying, what's the other thing we kept saying? The Black History Month thing and something else. I don't remember. Um, so I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I mean, she told us like 45,000 times. And she and I had a disagreement because I said to her, I was like, why do you care? Like, you gonna fight? I'm not getting in no fight. I'm not doing it. Like, remember that episode of Girlfriends where because she was the type who'd be like, I should, I should, I said, but like for what? Why? She's like, so you gonna let a girl just? I ain't never letting her. And I'm like, it really would depend. Like if but from what you're telling me, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't fight her because I would just kind of. I'm the type of person, and then my cousin had to like tell them like, bruh, my cousin's not confrontational. I mean, I don't really do well with. I'm not saying I've never been like that, but I'm just like I probably would laugh. To be honest, I would probably laugh and piss her off even more. I'd be like, I'd be like, what are you doing? Calm down, girls. I'd probably be like, girl, shut up. Let me buy you a drink, okay? You want to go to the casino and get a drink? Would that make you happy right now? No, I'm not gonna fight her because I was trying to say to her, like, I think she was taking it as I was saying something like, if she were to fight her, she would get beat up. No, I didn't even see what the girl looks like. I'm not talking about winning or losing a fight. I'm talking about things escalating to be like blown out of proportion over something petty. Like it sounded petty to me. And if the girl had a problem, I'd just be like, okay. Anyway, like I probably would be like, so as I was saying, kind of thing, because I ain't got no time for that. So pretty much like we're on the not the Vegas Strip. We're outside, we're outdoors, and it's early in the morning, and the club just closed. So there's like security guards and there's police and stuff like that, just lingering around, not you know what I mean, just patrolling. And I'm like, so you're telling me you would have gotten into a fight and like potentially gone to jail? She was like, yeah, man, I ain't letting nobody. I was like, girl, I can't do it with nobody. Can't got nothing to lose because I ain't going to no jail for nobody. She's like, I would be able to get out. And I'm like, oh no, I ain't getting it. No. So that episode of Girlfriends where they waiting to get in a club and then Tony gets into a fight and then Lynn and Maya and everybody like jumps in and Jonah's like, like that'll do it. You don't gotta worry about me. You do not have to worry about me because I'm not fighting nobody. I'm sorry. I'm okay. I'm good. And you see these nails? Do you know how How much it would hurt to break one of these nails? Do you see his face? I don't want to get hit in it. No, no. Over something, over nothing. I was like, so what happened? It was, someone was just talking mess. I'm like, who cares? Oh, your cousin, she ain't getting what I'm trying to say. She trying to da da da. I'm like telling you, I would not be fighting nobody over some words. Sticks and stones may break my bones. I'd be like, girl. Anyways, I'm like, okay, well, I said, fine, you made your point. You would have fought her. You would have gone to jail. You would have been sitting there rattling that thing and having a mug shot and calling the bail bonds and all that stuff. I wouldn't. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't do it. We was doing this the whole night. I'm telling you, we have now. Even like when we were getting on her nerves, we kept going like, like so then we went to so she didn't get into a fight. This is just us talking in the car and me trying to tell her like or her trying to explain what happened and me telling her like, so what's the big deal? And then the friend was like, yeah, no, I think she could have fought her because it was really disrespectful and yada yada. I'm like, I get that. I understand that you felt disrespected. Like, I still don't understand why you need to fight her. Like, who is she? Is she, like, and all these people have kids. All of them have kids. I'm the only one who's like single, nothing to lose, no one is depending on me. I'm the one who should be fighting out here, but I'm not because I ain't going to nobody's. You gotta worry about me. I'm just saying, I'm not doing it. So we get in the car, we go to it was called Oyster Bar. Because I'm like, I'm hungry. Did you notice there's no food in this whole time I've been talking? Where's the food at? Oh, well, I ate the lamb chops at that place, but that was like way earlier. So we get some. I don't know. I really wanted like a. Oh, would have been perfect if we went to like a Vegas buffet. I can't choose places. It's my cousin's birthday. Where she wants to go, we go. She wanted to go to this oyster bar where they make like what is that called? Gumbo and stuff like that. And I was like, it's 8 in the morning. I don't want no damn gumbo. Okay. I was like, I need some eggs. I need eggs and bread. Carbs. Like I would have definitely done like a stack of pancakes with an omelet and some bacon and like okay. But no, we go to this place and it was like, um, I got man, I spend so much money, y'all. Y'all, I spend so much money. I gotta be bougie. I can't help it. I can't help it. That's why I'm like, I'm out here. That's why I work hard because I know how I am. I know I want what I want. I don't want to think about money, and I don't think about money. That's like I am crafting my life. So when I go to Vegas for a weekend, I'm not over here like that dude who with the card. He was like. I'm just trying to not do it. I'm trying to be how I've been, where I'm like, oh, let me give the girl, the bitches in the bathroom attendant, $50, $5, $100 if I want to, because I got it. Okay, that's why I'm working hard. Anyways, so we go and I order like this bougie Bloody Mary. It has like oysters in it. It was like an oyster shot or something. It was weird. It tastes like a Bloody Mary, but I was like, "What am I ordering this for?" And I ordered like some kind. It wasn't gumbo, but it had I got the most expensive one on there because the most expensive one has what you want. Like I wanted the thing with the lobster, and the oysters and the lobsters and the crab and all. I want the combo one, and that was like. And of course, Denise is at the other end of the bar talking to a guy trying to get a free meal out the guy. I said, "Girl, you know what? You you know what? I liked her actually. She's a girl, the hustler. She's like, I'm gonna find someone to pay. And she ends up telling us after the fact, 'cause she was like, it was like the three of us at the bar, and her at the other, like on the other side of the bar, like basically like four or five chairs in between us, talking to a guy and eating with him. And we comes back and she's like, "Oh, well, because I mean, when we're all leaving, like we've already paid, leaving. Come on, Denise." She's like, "Oh, you know the guy I was talking to? He was gonna pay for us to have the." I was like, "Well, girl, like, why didn't you say that before?" Because I ain't too proud to beg. I would definitely take me a free meal. So I'm like, that was expensive. I think my bill was, going out to eat is expensive. Even like if I want to DoorDash something, KFC. I went to DoorDash KFC a couple weeks ago, and like I was just gonna order the chicken, just the chicken, and it was gonna be like 24 wings or whatever. It was gonna come up to 40 something dollars. I said, "Oh no, 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 oh, no, no, I'm not no, absolutely not." So anyway, so like I think my bill was probably like 70 something dollars. I'm like, you think he was he gonna pay for? Oh, maybe he was, but he didn't. Okay, he could have walked up and said, "Hey," if it was me, if I was him, and I talked, I don't know what he told her, I don't know what she told him, I don't know. I didn't even like really get a good look at the guy, but from the looks of it, if he said he was gonna do it in any capacity, he should have done it. Because if he said he was gonna do it and he was gonna do it, he would have done it and it would have been paid for instead of why did I pay for mine and she paid for hers and she paid for hers and you paid for yours. Like why how did if this guy was gonna we were sitting there for we ate for what, an hour? He had plenty of chances to come over to us and say, "Hey girls, I've been talking to your friend Denise. She's keeping me company. I would like to pay for your meal." The meal, or he could have said to the waiter, "Hey waiter, those three girls, that's on me." He didn't do that. Girl, shut up. I'm like, shut up. I was not gonna pay for nothing because he didn't pay for it. It's not that hard to like pick up a tab for people sitting right next to you. Anyway, so I was just like, girl, you stick with your delusions. And she was still on that whole Rico is so crazy. Well, Rico, he be so like about me. I'm like, girl, sometimes like because I'm trying to not do this anymore, I just take a pen and just okay, because oh my god. Sometimes, because y'all be okay. Then we went back home and went to sleep. I think yes, sleep. Woke up, went to Summerlin, got some pizza, did some shopping. I didn't buy anything, but there's a store out there, and I've never heard of it. Never heard of it, but like it's a store. What was it called? It was called something like Hotties. Hotties? Y'all know Hotties? And my cousin was like, "Yo, yeah, they got them in the malls." And I'm like, I hate malls. I don't do malls. Malls are not for me. I don't like malls. But I haven't been in a mall since I was like in high school in America. Like I used to go to one mall and no, because they have malls everywhere in Shanghai. So like if you want to go somewhere, you gotta it's in a mall. But but like here in America where it's like strip malls and stuff like that, or I'm living in San Francisco, so we have two malls, one downtown, one somewhere else, and then there's other suburban areas that have malls, but I don't have a car, so I don't and I order everything online nowadays, so I don't be shopping in malls. But now when I go to Vegas, I'm going to Hotties and I'm wearing they got some cute stuff there. Oh my god, and it was such a mood. It was like, ooh, it's they had stuff that like I would like because I kind of dress a little bit conservative, but kind of still got a little flair to it. So I was like, yes, Hottie. So anyway, then oh, it was funny because like we had a whole plan for the weekend. You know how it is. You plan the weekend, you don't end up doing any of it. You miss every reservation. I think we had 4 or 5 reservations and made none of them. Not even one. None. So we go back okay, so we went to shopping for a second, go back and Denise is convinced okay, because my cousin's friend, she had like went to pick up her daughter or whatever. So this is like the following day, or not the following. This is the same day, but like later in the afternoon, like 3 p.m. Um, so Denise is like talking about what we're gonna do tonight. And me and my cousin, because we had went to Target too, were like, does she know we ain't going out? Does she know we can't no more? Like, does she know that? I don't think she knows. She's like, I think you need. I'm like, I think you need to tell her. Cause she kept like being like, okay, so tonight we're gonna wear. And me and Brie were like, I don't know it. I'm like, because we were really trying to elicit this to her. We're like, I think we're gonna, I think it's boop, 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 boop. And because we're hungover, obviously. Like we're over here just kind of like in Target. Like, I don't think I can do that again. We're pushing 30. Like, this is your 30th birthday, so this is not your 21st birthday. So we don't need to do all that. We can stay in. We can buy alcohol and just sit in your house and not spend money. We can do that. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So finally, my cousin tells her, like, yeah, no, tonight, okay, we're just, you just want to have a chill night and have like a sleepover, watch Netflix and da-da. We're like, yeah, that's more what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, we can watch Tinder Swindler, you know, or we can watch Euphoria or something like that. Like, yeah, we can do that. We bought our own wine. You can buy some, da-da-da. No, that's it. That's all we're gonna do. And then her friend came back, so it was the four of us again. And then we're doing that. So it's like 12, 2 in the morning. Who knows what time it was? I barely remember. I don't even recall much, but somehow, because of alcohol, I got really upset. Like, my friend called me, or I called him. I said, I'm just really upset right now. I'm trying not to cry. Because when you drink, you want to groove to what you want to groove to. And I feel like they were playing a lot of like music that I don't listen to. Not to say I don't like hip hop, I do, but the whole night it was like stuff that they all knew the words to, and like news like people that I don't even know. I don't know nobody nowadays. I don't know. The last new song I heard was "Kiss Me More" by Doja Cat. Like, that's to me, that's not even hip hop. That's like bubblegum rap. I'm a bubblegum rap type of chick. Okay, I want to listen to like, and I was so I felt like really upset because I was like, I don't want to like request a song, and they all think it's all awkward, and like I'm the only one who wants to hear it. And da, da, da. I'm talking to my friend. I said, I think you should just go out there and record. And then I go to my cousin's room and like I talk to her and I say, I just don't, blah, blah. I don't know. So she's talking to me for like however long, right? I don't know how long it was. Like, I'm telling you, I barely remember anything. I just get glimpses talking to me for however long, just be like, "It's okay, like, no one thinks you're weird," like, I said, "Yeah, I'm just like the weird girl who you no, the weird cousin who's from China, and she's, like, killing the vibe because she wants to listen to flipping Doja Cat, and we're listening to blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "I don't wanna be literally, and then it prompts her friend to come in and talk to me, and then and she goes back out. And then she's talking to me for like however long. "You just do like this. I just want to be this really weirdo." It's just- Maybe I needed a good cry. And then she's talking to me for who knows how long. Probably like, I'm gonna say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40, whatever. Then Denise comes in and I don't want to be a weird cousin I'm just like, people just, I live in America and I hate it here. America's so stupid and I hate it. And I'm a it's China and I just can't remember. I'm like crying. I'm like just come pouring my heart out. And she was like, I just don't want you, like I said, because like, yesterday I felt so weird when we were at the hookah bar and you were sitting next to me and you were just on the line, and I just felt so uncomfortable. Because she was like, "Oh, you could just say what you're feeling." And I was like, I said, "Oh, well, yesterday I felt like" oh, look like am I actually crying? I'm not crying. So I was like, I ended up telling her, I said, because I told a friend, I told her how, like, oh, I felt really uncomfortable when we were at the hookah bar because I was just sitting there and I wanted to ask her to switch, but I didn't want to have any kind of confrontation. I didn't want to have any because I think it would have been taken the wrong way no matter what, no matter how I said it. And I was like, I literally, when I was telling them, like, I was in my head, like, okay, say it like this, or say it like that, or do it like this, or text your cousin and say it like this and do it like that, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all of my scenarios, because I'm like this type of calculated person. I'm like the one who's like, okay, let me, like, okay, nope, that's not gonna work. Nope, that's not gonna work either. All of my results ended in confrontation. Right. And then so it was Denise, it was her. I She was like, "Oh, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Like, you feel like this is I said, "Girl, I didn't really know you like that. I don't really know you like that. So how do I know how you're gonna react to whatever?" And she's like, "Oh, didn't we get ready together in the bathroom?" I was like, yeah, we met like an hour before we went to the what's it called? But that doesn't mean I know you or I'm comfortable with you or I'm willing to risk a potential altercation. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like it wasn't worth it. I could just sit here for 20 minutes or an hour being annoyed. To me, that's better than making it like kind of ruining, not ruining, that's not the word I want to use actually, kind of putting some kind of tension on my cousin's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have caused an issue. And she's like, claims, no, 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 it wouldn't. It would have been cool. Or you could have, and then the other friend was like, you could have said something to me and I would have switched with you. And I was like, that's not the point. The point is, if I had said something, it would have been awkward energy or like, oh, well, we gotta like look at our cousin and make sure our cousin, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Are you good? Is this enough? Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't want any of that. And then I didn't want my cousin to feel like, oh, man, I did something like I should have blah, 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 blah. So I said in that moment, I didn't think it was worth to talk about. Like, it wasn't even that deep, even though I was very much annoyed and uncomfortable. And when I say uncomfortable, like, I didn't feel like unsafe. I just felt like, oh, this is yeah. And I said uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm actually getting kind of pissed off about it. But like, I'm just gonna, okay. Because like I said, the girl was like on live and like with multiple people. It was like a chat room kind of thing. And no matter how you flip it, even if like I texted my cousin like, "Hey, can you ask your friend to switch seats?" And then she came to her like, "Can you switch seats with my cousin?" She probably be like, "Oh, why I gotta switch seats? Oh, okay, well." It would have trust me, okay. Listen, I have lived, okay. I've been through it all. I don't have time for that. So anyway, we're in the bathroom at my cousin's house, having the heart to hearts and having the this and the that. And I told them how one of my cousins, like the one who, oh, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I cut off all of my family, like all of them, all except my mom, my dad, and my cousin Bree and my dad's side of the family. So when I say all everyone on my mom's side of the family, except my grandma, I mean, like, I want to cut her off too, but she's old and she's set in her ways, and sometimes like she's I can handle her, but everyone else, I'm like, who needs them? Cut them off, block, delete, block, 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 delete from social media, block from my phone. Like literally, if you all want contact with me or to know about me, you have to ask my mother. Other than that, even my 2 brothers, I was like, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I mean, that'll do it. Ain't gotta worry about me because I no. So I was telling them how like my cousin, my other one, I won't say her name, but she was like her friends were always like super snooty and like, oh, is your cousin like eh, you know? And but it wasn't like the whole story. The whole story was I think stuff was on them, you know. I was like, it just not a vibe, you know. And it was like, oh well, here's my cousin with the weird cousin who came from China or came who's visiting from China and she's weird. We don't really vibe with her. Da, 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 da. So I was like, damn, this is a situation happening again. Even though like they were like trying to reassure me, like, oh, that's not how we feel. And I was like, okay, cool, because we cool. But I was just saying, on that day, I didn't want to like cause any commotion, Not that'll do it kind of thing. So who knows what happened after that? We ended up going to a club. No, we didn't go to a club. Wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, 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 yes. It is like 4 in the morning. We leave the house and go to Planet Hollywood. So last time I was in Vegas was in the summer. We went to me and my cousin, we went to Planet Hollywood and they had some kind of like lounge thing and it was so much fun. We had a good time. We had a fun time. So we're like, well, let's do it again. When we went there, it was like kind of closed. There wasn't that many people. Or like, of course, Denise has a dude she was meeting up with. Either was she meeting? Yes. Yes. Meeting up with the dude. And it was a dude and dude's friend. So dude's friend, I thought he was cute. He was tall. He claims his mama's black. I'm like, damn, you don't look black to me. I'm like, you remind me of how my grandma is. Like, I mean, now I see her as a black woman, but like growing up, I was always like, how is she's not black, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, I'm sitting here talking to him, but he's like sick the whole time. Like he's like, no, man, I'm not feeling good. I'm da 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 da. Da." And I'm like talking to him, and he's trying to like keep it together. And and he's like waiting for us to like want to leave. So it's me, the four of us, the four of us, and then whoever the guy is and whoever the other guy is. I don't even remember his name. God damn, I'm bad with names nowadays. Maybe I didn't even ask him. Oh, because the other guy's name was Anthony. This guy's name, that's gonna bother me. Either I did not ask his name and no one did. Like, did any of us ask his name? Did we? No, I can't think of his name at all. I can't even. Anyway, as we're walking back to the car, we're all kind of, huh? And I said to him, don't you know I'm flirting with you? And he says, I'm just chilling. And I'm like, I think I got offended. But apparently he liked um um the friend. Not the friend. Okay, I'm gonna have to give her a name. I'm gonna have to give her a name. No, I'm not gonna call her Felicia. No, no, not Felicia. I'm like looking around trying to see if there was. Okay, her name was Summer. Summer. Summer and Denise. He likes Summer, and Summer's cute. So I ain't mad. I'm not mad at all. But I was like, well, he was talking to me the whole time. I'm kind of pissed off about it. I'm like, oh, ew. And I'm still shooting my shot because this is before he told us he liked Summer. This is before he told us. This is when I'm still shooting my shot. And I'm like, I gotta hate men. Where I mean, I don't even like you. I just think you're the only decent person this whole time. This whole time. Like you are just decent at this point. You know what I mean? Like and you're here. I'm here. We're so young. We don't have nothing to lose. And then when we're walking back to the car, I think he got like sick because he kept saying how sick he was. I'm like, dude, go to the bathroom. And am I the only person who does that? Like, I was at a bar a couple on Super Bowl Sunday, and this guy was trying to like save face, and he had to puke, and he just and he felt sick the whole time. I was like, I don't know. I listen to my body. I'll be like, excuse me, people, I shall be right back. I'll go there and be like, clean off, you know, and be like, come back and be like, hey, y'all. But I guess guys like to not, it's like maybe a face thing, like, not face, but like they feel embarrassed. I'm like, you don't even have to tell people you regurgitated, but you could still like go and regurgitate like, duty calls. Okay, you rather just throw up in front of everybody on the floor, and now everyone thinks you can't hold your liquor and that you puked everywhere. Like, that's worse. That is so much worse. Whatever. So, apparently, because I was in the car with my cousin and Summer, and then Denise went with them, and apparently when she went with them, that's when he puked somewhere. I don't know if it was out the car, in the car, through the car. I don't know. All right. So then what happened? What happened after that? We went to their hotel, which was some kind of gaudy hotel. And the guy Anthony, he kept laughing at me. Like everything I would say, he would laugh at. Like I mean, like I think I'm a funny person, but like I'm not that funny. He's like, bro, you are hilarious. He was like, girl, you're so funny. I'm like, he was just laughing at everything I said. And I'm like, what? Because I was telling them, and everything I was saying was just like serious. I was really trying to talk, and he just kept laughing at it. So, um, they had Hennessy. I don't drink Hennessy. What is Hennessy? What do you drink with that? And he was like, "Oh, you want some?" I said, "Sure, but you got to get me a chaser. Like, I'm not just drinking no straight Hennessy. What I look like Future? No, I'm not doing that." So, um, I said, "Oh, well," he said, "There's just a vending machine. Can," and I said, "Okay, can you give me," he said, "I don't have any bill, like the bills that I have are the you needed less than a $20 bill. Like you need like 10 fives and ones." He's like, "I ain't got no like change for that." And so I don't know. I just kind of was like, "No, I need to come on, please. I need to da, da, da." And then so we go to the vending machine, which is just like right around the corner of the hotel room. And as we're walking, he like slightly puts his hand on my butt. And I was like, and I turn around and I say, "Listen, I'm going to let you do that from here to the vending machine and the vending machine back. But upon entrance of the room, you shall not touch me. You shall not, like, and you will make no note of this. Capiche?" And he was like, "Okay." I said, "All right, I'll let you, I mean, whatever. That's all. That's all." And then we went to go get something to eat, all of us. I don't remember where we went. We're walking up and down Fremont Street again. We're in Fremont Street. Why are we going to Fremont Street? Why? Why are we not on the strip? I don't know. They like Fremont Street. Walking all up and down there. And then I really don't remember much else. Then we got burritos. I think we got burritos. And then we went home. And I think I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, no, more. Um, there was another girl who was at the hotel room. Pretty sure she's a prostitute. No, I'm not like positive. I'm actually positive. And we're not on the fence with Denise. We actually kind of put two and two together, but I think that they was over here like, "All right, girl, we gonna be right back. We'll be right back." And we're like, "Okay." And then come back and they're just like, either, "All right, that'll do it." So yeah, oh, and then came back. Wait, yeah, because that's during the day, huh? That was during the day that we were at Fremont walking around. My cousin, which she was like trying to free the the fish in the aquarium. She's like, "I'm an Aquarius, and I think the fish, they're speaking to me. They want to be free." And she was like getting really emotional about it. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because okay, so yeah, that was pretty much highlights of Vegas, I guess. What else other than that? Hmm, I was teaching a little bit while I was out there, but I decided I don't want to teach anymore. Like teaching English. I have this like website called Preply, and since I got back home, which has been it's been like 2 weeks that I've been back, a week or so. I just can't do it. But my I guess my student must really like me because she I already canceled all of our lessons, right? And I told her, I can't teach you at this time. And she still booked another lesson for March 2nd. And I'm like, I don't want to teach. Like for me, it's the incentive is not there. It's like I mean, I charge $20 an hour, but like which is not to me, it's not a lot of money. Like I've made way more doing way less, you know? I mean, if it would be different if it was like $100 an hour, then I would be like, okay, like I can muster up the energy to just talk to this girl for an hour, talk to this lady for an hour. Cause all we do is just talk and read something. So it's really easy. It's like nothing, but I was like, man, I don't want to do it. It was, I think this was yesterday. It was yesterday, Wednesday. No, yes, yes, it was yesterday where I felt like, no, I don't know what day of the week it is. Today's one. Oh, that was Monday. That was Monday. And I just kept canceling on her and kept rescheduling it and kept rescheduling. Finally, I was like, you know what? Like people deserve better than that. She needs to know that like I'm just that'll do it because I'm tired of it. I don't want to teach English anymore. And I had a job interview yesterday. Finally, we'll see. We'll see. Y'all wish me luck. Wish me luck because this is a job that I think will work for now. Because y'all, once I start making some money, like some income, because I make money, but never enough that supplements my spending. I don't get like a paycheck. Like everything I do is like freelance and hourly. I was teaching a little bit. That was nothing. That's like what you have. I had 3 students all of which I've basically like completely faltered on. And then I work for this lawyer who pays me $20 an hour to do legal work, but like it's usually things that like you can complete within an hour. And so and she gives me like 3 or 4 tasks a week. So it's like $60. So y'all know how life is. I just told you I spent how much in Vegas. So I'm like, I need to have income, an income. So and I was saying how like, man, I've been applying for jobs for like ever and nothing is hitting, nothing is hitting. And you know what I ended up doing? Because on Friday, I was in a really, really low place. Like, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to do anything. Felt very like low, 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 low. And then that was the day that I said, you know what? I'm going to pivot my career back into the PR communication side of things. Like I'm kind of done with law. And I feel that way even more even stronger now. So I say that, right? I say that to myself and right when I do that, I mean, I was telling a friend how like cuz I felt like she was making it sound like I'm being too picky or like I'm turning down stuff. I'm like, "Girl, I'm not turning down anything. I haven't gotten any offers." I mean, I had an interview once in September. Out of all the positions that I've applied for, I kid you not. Like, I mean, maybe it's me because I don't tweak my resume for each position because why? I don't have time to do all that. Like, you can see my resume, and I just think like the way people go about looking for jobs nowadays is completely asinine. Um, and so I just felt like, and I wrote all this stuff out to her. I said, you know what? I said I've applied for the things I'm overqualified for, underqualified for. Uh, I've I've applied for banking jobs, part time, full time, remote, hybrid, on site. I've applied for jobs here in Sacramento. I've applied for jobs in San Francisco. I mean, I've applied for a few in other places, but like, I'm really not willing to move at this point in my life. Like, unless I'm moving to China, I really don't want to move anywhere. I mean, I want to visit places, but move? No, 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 no. I don't even think I want to move back to China either. But China's closed. We know we've talked about this. Oh yeah, because no, sorry. Like in my last live stream, I was talking about, oh, maybe I'll move back to China, move back to Shanghai. That was a bust. Okay, my friend gave me his recruiter, and the recruiter was like, "Girl, the country is closed even for employment. Because I was like, oh, I thought that you can enter, like, because I was like, forget it, I'm ready to go back to China. I'm gonna do the 3-week quarantine. I'm gonna do whatever they want me to do. I'm gonna do it. Right. I'm at that point in my life. This was like a couple weeks ago. And come to find out, no, even if you're willing to do your quarantining and you but I don't think I would be able to move anyway because the flights are so expensive. But let's just, like, whatever. No. She said, "Mm-mm, there's people who even have jobs already and have not been able to get in for 2 years." And I'm like, dang, it's really like that, huh? So China, table it. Just it's just not gonna happen. Um, yeah, so I was saying, like, I've applied for all kinds of stuff. Like, I've been applying. I've used LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, HireRect, Flex Jobs. Ugh, I'm in job groups. I'm this. I'm like doing all that stuff, right? Friday, I decided to pivot my career, and then I back to PR, and I applied for this position, which is like influencer specialist for a Chinese company, Mandarin English bilingual, and boom, I get an interview the next day. So that was on Monday when I sent an email out to the company because they had listed an email underneath saying, "Hey, I'm extremely interested in this position." Because turns out I had applied for this position a month ago, but I guess I just didn't really pay it much mind. So when I was like looking at my LinkedIn applying application history, whatever, I was like, oh, this actually sounds like something that I could do and I want to do. It looks cool. Okay, let's see. So I sent a private email to that email that they had listed there. And within half an hour, she responds and says, okay, because I said, so this is what I'm gonna start doing. Like, you have to be assertive, I guess. Let me read to you guys um the email that I sent because I think it was like worded perfectly. Um, So her name was Rebecca. I said, "Hello, Rebecca. I'm extremely interested in the influencer special position and applied on LinkedIn. A bit about myself: I'm a micro influencer with experience in public relations and branding in Shanghai. I spent 8 years in China and speak, read, and write fluent Mandarin. I'm currently back in my hometown of San Francisco. I would love to discuss the position with you further. Can we set up a time to chat this week? Thank you for your time and consideration. Best regards." And put my LinkedIn and my phone number and everything like that. And so within, like, what time? I sent that at 8:50 and she responded at 7:50 or so, within an hour. And she said, "We are very impressed with your profile and would like to invite you for a Zoom meeting to know each other better." And I was like, "See," and I was talking to my dad on that, not on the Friday, on Monday, that same day. And I told him about how I was feeling on Friday, how I didn't want to get out of bed, how I was just feeling like this is da da da. He says, "Something's working in the background. You gotta have faith. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. Someone's gonna come. At this time, you just living your best life. Just keep living your best life." And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm officially letting go and stop trying to be so, oh, I'm a failure, oh, I can't find a job. Because, like, the truth is, the job is not finding me. Like, and he said, no, something's gonna give. And boom, the same day. So I scheduled the interview for Tuesday, yesterday, and turns out I don't know anything about influencer marketing. And she saw that. But she went in, upon talking to me, she was like, okay, there's another position that I think you would be perfect for, and it's the marketing manager. And I was like, she said, let me send you the job description. So she's like, we basically are interviewing for that now. I was like, oh, okay. The job description, and then you send me back some writing samples, sent her some writing samples, and then here we are. This is Wednesday. And what else happened? That's it. That's it. Like, waiting for her to get back to me. Hopefully this works because it's remote. It's Chinese. It's stuff that I know how to do, but it's like a level up because when I was doing PR in Shanghai, it was a complete mess. I was new to the role. They pretty much set me up to fail. And yeah, I just think would be an upgrade from what I was doing. And it was like, it kind of shows that the universe is like, sis, law stuff is just clearly not for you because I've applied for all just legal jobs. Now I've like since this happened, I said, okay, if this falls through, I'm just gonna stick with looking for marketing and blah blah blah. But I'm gonna work for a Chinese company. So because they're based out of Guangzhou, but they have offices in like 16 places around the world. One in San Francisco, they have one in Beijing, they have one in London, Tel Aviv. There's a lot of other ones. I don't know. Tokyo. I think they even have one in Seoul. Like they have a bunch. And then she's like, yeah, in normal times without a pandemic, you'd be able to come to Guangzhou and be trained. Or like we have a annual whatever. And I'm like, oh, I could be able to go back to China. So that's I'm like, okay, now I know marketing stuff, bilingual, whatever, China. That's what I gotta look for. Okay. Because the legal stuff ain't legal and all of them like I don't like the legal industry. I just don't want to be bothered with it. Like me working for this lawyer helping her out, like I'm like, this stuff is lame. This industry is completely like convoluted and full of itself and antiquated because like everything that they do is like, oh, that could have just been an email or that could have just, like, and the stuff that I do for her is like printing things out and mailing things and da, 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 and all this stuff. I'm like, this is a waste of paper and resources and stuff like that. Don't you guys care about the polar bears? What about the polar bears and what about the Amazon? Like, why are we printing this out? This could be emailed to people. And she's like, nope, the court requires you to print it out. And you can't even, how like on a PDF, you can like put your signature on it. No, on these legal documents, you have to print it out, sign it, do a warm signature, cold signature, whatever they call it, and then scan it, send it to the court, send it to do, 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 boo, 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 boo. I'm like, and it's stressful. Like I did some tasks for her today, and I was like, called her, said, I don't like this. This is not fun. She's like, I know. She's like, I know. It sucks. It sucks. She's like, why do I think I have people doing it for me? Because it's like, it's really madness. Like, and then clients, I mean, there's a special place in hell for people for legal clients, because the issue is people don't listen. Your clients never listen. And they just cost themselves money and cost you time, you know? Like, since they've been doing, remote court hearings, they've had you have to, like, now print out something and send it to each person, and this is all, like, a state law, so pretty much it's called, like, a notice of remote hearing, right? So, apparently this can be emailed, right? It doesn't have to be mailed, but it has to be either emailed or mailed. And you have to like write in the date and have to email on the date you wrote and file that with the court for each person. So in this case, there's like 15 people on one, and some people didn't provide their email. Like if she's over here asking for people to give her their emails and doesn't get a response or doesn't get it in time, like then that means we have to print it out and send it to the address when it could have just been emailed. So that's, and like lawyers charge their clients to do these type of things. Like I have to whenever I do this stuff, like I pay up front, of course, but I have to make an expense report and say, okay, this is how much it costs to print it out, this is how much it costs to mail it, this is how much it costs to da, 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 and it all goes to the client. So it's like, had you just listened, maybe you wouldn't have to spend $50 mailing these things. Well, That particular thing was not $50, but, like, another thing that we had to print out and send to people, and, like, it was $3 to print out, like, I don't know how many pages, maybe, like, 25 pages front and back, 25 sheets of paper. I don't know, whatever. It turned out to be $3, and it was, like, a little packet, and, 15 of those turns out to be 50 something dollars. That's the math is mathin'. It's mathin', because because she claims, like, "Oh, well, like, you're gonna have to, like, get a pr you're," she's like, "I'm telling you, you're gonna get frustrated enough to get a printer." I'm like, "I'm not gonna get frustrated enough to get a printer, because I really hate having an at-home printer, because, um, first of all, you're gonna be paying however much for ink." Like, when I started law school here in San Francisco, I bought a whole new printer, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna be printing out my own stuff. I don't have to think about going to the print shop. Boop, 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 boop." The first thing I print, which was not even that much, I feel like it was like 10 pages. So it wasn't boop, you run out of ink like halfway through. I'm like, I just, no. Mm-mm. Oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Because, like, in China, no one has a printer. People don't do printers. Not in my school. Like, everywhere you go, there is a print shop. So people do printing for you. And I remember I used to be like, you kind of just write out like an order, like, okay, this document needs to be printed, scanned, and sent. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And you just order it up, and I could leave and come back, and it would be done. And you pay like nothing. But in America, everything is always just so different. I feel like here, everything's a money grab. Like, I'm just seeing that. Like, everything is a money grab. And I'm like tired of it. And I mean, everywhere is all about money, but it's like a whole nother thing in America. Other countries hide it a bit better. I just feel like everything I do here is like I'm being scammed, from getting my nails done to even, like, well, I didn't get my nails done in London, but a girl that I know who told me, she had nails like mine, like acrylic gel, whatever. And I asked her, "Oh, like, where do you get your nails done? How much is it?" She was like, "Oh, it's 40 pounds." I'm like, 40 pounds. It's like $50. $50 maybe to do her nails. Like, the gaudy stuff. This cost like 138. And on my toes, all she did was paint them. 138. And when we was in the nail salon, that dude, oh, he was talking way too much shit for me. Like, for me. He was talking too much shit and getting on my nerves. And I got on his nerves. He said I was asking too many questions. I was like, he gonna say to me, because Bree was over behind me getting her feet done, and I'm at the table getting my nails done, and we're in my head having a conversation. Like, he's from Vietnam. How'd you come here? I told him I lived in China. He said he hated China ill. And I was like, okay, well, da, 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 da. And what do you do? I said, I'm a lawyer. I'll be wearing that hat. Okay. I'll be intimidating people. Um, and he's gonna say something like, "Oh, what's her name?" And I said, Bree." And he goes, "Bree, your cousin's asking too many questions." No, because I was saying, like, I said, "Oh, are you single? Are you married?" Because I'm like, I think he was gay. Like, but it's my gaydar be gaydaring, okay? Like, I'm from San Francisco. I can anyway, but and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm married. I've been married like since whatever." And I said, I don't want to, I never assume things about people to their face. I was just like, "Oh, so is your spouse, are you on a, like, American, like, do you, like, what's your citizen?" I'm just asking, I'm curious. I said, "Oh, you should what's it called? Apply for 90 Day Fiance and parlay that into a whole social media career." I'm trying to put people on, okay? Parlay that into a whole social media career. If you married you from Vietnam, make you a little storyline and get you some 90 Day, because y'all see 90 Day Fiance universe. Everybody got a spinoff on 90. They'd be like, before the 90 days, with the 90 days, between the 90 days, 90 days after the 90 days. The next, they got Darcy and Stacy, the family Chantel. They got Annie and that fat dude. the fat white guy, and they got, everybody get a spinoff. You could have been part of the 90 Day Fiancé universe. I know that's what I'm trying to do. Not really, because I really don't want to be in a reality TV show where people follow me around. Like, if I'm going to be on TV, I'm going to go on like the show that I'm watching right now and have it on mute. Guys Grocery Games. Like, I'm not going to, like, my friend was like, oh, you should go on like Love is Blind or something. I said, no, you will have me out here looking like a fool. Okay. Y'all watch Love is Blind. Don't lie. You do. Have me out here, like how he be doing deep D, talking about he ain't attracted to her. I said, how are you not attracted to her? Make it make sense. Because when she first came out, the way he was like and grabbed her butt and all that stuff, I was like, I can't see you not being attracted. But then again, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. So back to the nail salon. So when it was all said and done, because he spent a lot of time on this stuff, and she was like 138 when I was about to leave. I handed her $140, and she handed me back $2 and was looking for it. I said, hey, keep the change. You get a dollar for you and a dollar for him. Okay, because y'all expect a tip, and I'm not tipping you nothing if I've already paid you $140. Okay, that's a tip. Here's a tip. Tell him to be. Tell him not to get on my nerves. Okay, then maybe I would tip more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like don't y'all don't get mad at me because I was really like I already spent $140. Now I'm expected to give 20 more. This is yeah, this is America, but like in China, no. I chose race to get this done for like 130 renminbi, And in London, she said it was only 40 pounds. $138. That's like 200%. No, 300% increase. Yeah, almost 250% increase. What? America, I can't. I can't. I just can't. I can't do it here. I hate it. I want to leave. But I mean, at least I live for free. I keep telling people if I didn't have my mama and my daddy, oh my God, we already know. We already know. Oh, sorry. I just got an email from this stupid Preply. I'm going to delete my profile because I'm just like, I don't want to do English teaching. But I said, if I didn't have my mom and my daddy, I would never be in America. That's an ugly face. Because paying 130 something for nails, like, that'll do it. America, you ain't got to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me. Lord. Hmm. So I feel like what else? Is there any other thing I can update? Hmm. Oh, if I get this remote job, I'm gonna be traveling and traveling, traveling. But like before I start travel, I feel like my next trip, I think I'm gonna wait for a little bit. So it's basically March. It's March. So I think May or June. I'm not sure. Cause like if I get this job, which I'm really hoping y'all please. Okay, please. Now we're on salary and we were talking about salary negotiations. And she said to me, like, so what is your expectation for salary? And like I said back, I was like, well, what is your budget? I was like, what is your budget? She was like, we don't have one. I was like, so they didn't give you a window? Like they didn't say this in, between these two numbers, they didn't give you that? Oh no, we want to know your expectation. I said, okay, well then I 125. If you say I can say any number, 125. How about that? How does that sound? I like them apples. It was like a joke because she said, okay, well, I'm gonna, you know, ask them about. I said, yeah, ask them for um a window, but I say I'm gonna start at 125 since y'all since you don't have a budget. Like, huh. I saw that one TikTok that was so trifling. Like, I really didn't like that at all. This one girl who said, and she was like some kind of hiring manager, and the budget was 130,000, but the girl said she would do 80, and I didn't even and didn't even and she didn't even negotiate or something. So I just gave her the 80 instead of the 100. I was like, that's so messed up. I don't know. Like that to me is like karma because I feel like I'm trying to help people come up. Like if they say 130,000 is the budget, I'm gonna come in and be like, girl, they willing to pay you 130,000. You want that? That's the max. So if you thinking, that's a lot of money, how about we just we ain't even got it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Because why are you trying to shortchange people? People like, okay, or if I don't want to put like the full amount, I would just say, okay, 120, 125, like what differences? So yeah, that's where we are right now. And I said, okay, because like the lowest I would do is 75, but they don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. So because you never know. Like I mean, I've learned how to do. I need to glue my nail back on. I've learned how to do negotiation. You set that number high and go down because you never know. They might be willing to pay. Like if you say 125, they might say, oh, well, we can do 110. Ooh. Sold. Like I remember once um I just feel like some people don't know how to negotiate. And I've learned from China, like, do not say the number first. Okay. Don't say the number first. You better let them say the number first. But or if you do say a number, you set it high and you go down, or but what was I gonna say? Oh, I remember like once this was a long time ago. This is before I moved to China. This is back when I was like in high school or something, or barely out of high school. I used to go vintage shopping a lot. And we went to this flea market and it was me and my dad. And then this guy, it was a black dude. It was like a young black man. I don't know. He had to be like in his 20s. And it was this sweater that was from Neiman Marcus, right? Um and I was willing to pay, like I would have paid 40, $50 for it easily. Easily would have paid that much. And I asked him how much, and he said $5. I said, sold, 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 sold here. Sold. Like, I'm like, bro, do you not know what you're that'll do it. You don't worry about me. I was like, okay, I'm just saying, like, ugh. That's how I feel with negotiation. Like you gotta, okay, on the other end, okay, because like if the tables were turned and I had to say the number first, and I was willing to pay $50 for it, I probably would have said something like 10, 15. You know what I mean? Like $10, 15. I wasn't even thinking as low as 5. Like I wasn't even thinking that low. I was like, dang, that's a steal. Sold. Sold. You ain't gotta worry about me. Uh-uh. That'll do it. So, are there any other updates that I need to update y'all on? I need to get back to uploading consistently. I don't know. I've hit a roadblock. Of course, I always do. Y'all gotta let me know what kind of stuff you want to see. I'm thinking of like also pivoting my channel. Not pivoting, but like adding more things like doing reviews of like shows and things like that. Um, and just being more candid. I think I want to start doing daily vlogs and just uploading like just taking little clips throughout the day and uploading and calling it a day. Like I think I want to start doing that. But I was me and Bree were talking about like, man, being she's like being a vlogger is not very fun. Like this is like if I wish I had like someone to follow me and someone to capture me and I can just live my day-to-day life and then there's someone there. Like maybe I should like apply for a reality show. A friend of mine said there's a reality show that I should start that is looking for casting. And I'm like, She said, "I think you should try it." I'm like, "Yeah, give me the information." She still hasn't given me the information. So, and then I'll forget, and then she forgets, and then I forget. Let me text her right now and say, "Hey, remember that reality show info, comma, can you send it to me? Question mark. And then I'm gonna say my email is Paradise. So who knows? You might see me on a reality show at gmail.com. Maybe I need an agent. I feel like I need an agent or something. And that way, yeah, I think people have agents. Anyway, okay, y'all. So that's about gonna wrap up this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and everyone stay safe and healthy and live your best life and all the rest of the things. Okay, love you guys. I'm gonna end the stream now. Okay, bye.